Today we're going to learn how to curl hair with a straightening iron. Today I have my model Liz here. Liz, do you give me permission to tape you today?
Yes.
Alright, thank you. Now, before we can begin, we need to make sure our workstation is a safe area. So let's go to safety. Please make sure before we begin that you have your straightener. There's no bends or kinks in the cord, and that it is placed safely on a heat-proof mat, or if you're using it at home, a towel. Before you begin, you will need your equipment. We will need a brush for brushing the hair out. We will need at least 4 sectioning clips. We will need a heat protector spray. We're using Duval HPF 230+. And at the end, you'll need a sea salt spray. We're going to use Work It, a texturizing spray. And you can even use a leave-in moisturizer if you want to. Important equipment that you also will need to use is your hair straightener, which we set up earlier in a safe spot. And make sure that your client is sitting with legs nice and flat on the floor in a good upright position. If you don't have a client, you have your dolly's head, and you want to make sure that the hair is nice and clean and that it is not wet at all, so this hair has been dried, and that the client's hair has been brushed, so there's no knots in it. Okay, let's get curling. Firstly, we're going to section the hair. So if my client can just put her head up slightly, that's it, thank you very much. We're going to section the hair into 3 sections. Sectioning the 2 front quadrants out and then the back quadrant on its own as one big section. Then we're going to section out the back section into 4 smaller sections so we can start curling at the back. So take about 2 inches from the bottom. We're going to take this and clip it out of the way. You'll be left with a nice bit of hair at the back that you can hold like a pony. But we're going to divide that into 4. So evenly divide it into 2. And then we're going to section out into 4 individual pieces. Your straightener, turn it on when you're ready to proceed. Only takes about 30 seconds to heat up. Once the straightener has heated up, take it off your heat-proof mat, and what you're going to do is you're going to grab the section in your hand, that the first one you've pulled out. You're going to slowly place the straightener vertically down into the plates, holding the plates loosely, and then you're going to slowly twist the straightener in a clockwise direction, holding it straight, and then slowly pulling down onto the hair. And it's like curling a ribbon with a scissor. Then once you've curled it, get your finger and slowly twine it in the same clockwise direction so that the curl will set. So we're going to do that one again. So we're going to take our next section of hair. We're going to slowly place it into the straightener, close to the scalp, but loosely placed. We're going to slowly twist the straightener into the hair, which in a clockwise direction, and once it's like that, we're going to slowly pull down on the hair. And then what you're going to do is you're going to slowly twist the hair once it's hot back into the same direction, in a clockwise direction, and you're going to let those curls set like that. Now when we come around, make sure you've got the cords not in the way. We're going to come around and do the left side, 2 left pieces. Now these 2 left pieces, on the right side, we turn the straightener into the hair about 1 turn and we pulled it down. That was clockwise. We're going to do it the opposite way on the left side. You don't want them to all be the same direction because they're going to look funny. So this will create the curl on to look nice, curling into the hair on the left, and then this one will be into the hair on the right. So let's do this side so it's opposite to what we just did. So we're placing the straightener into the hair slowly. We're slowly twisting the straightener. One turn, holding it in there loosely, and then we're slowly pulling down on the hair. And then we're twisting the hair while it's still hot to keep those curls. Then we're going to do one more. We're going to place the straightener vertically again, twist the hair with the straightener, and then slowly pull down. And as I said, this is going in an anti-clockwise direction. Then we're going to twist it with our finger to get those curls. Okay, we're going to repeat all of that again and do our next row exactly the same. So we're going to get heaps of practice. So section the hair. You want to take a horizontal line, nice and neat section. And we're going to pull this and put this out of the way and clip it out of the way, that hair. And then you will be left with the remaining hair here. Now the way to do it is to, you can see, you want your curls underneath. So we're just going to pull this section by itself up, and we're going to divide it as I showed you into half and then into quarters. Okay? I'm going to grab the hair nice and firm, vertically down. I'm going to hold the hair and twist it. One full rotation with the hair like that. And then we're going to pull it slowly vertically down. You just want to make sure that your straightener is not too tight, otherwise the hair will find it hard to glide through. And you pull it down. And then while it's hot, twist it through with your finger so it sets, and your beautiful little curl like that. Okay, we're going to curl now this front section of the hair. So same process as the back, but this time we're not going to divide into quarters. We're just going to do it in singular bits. And we're going to clip that hair out of the way. So you can see we've got a nice section here at the front. Now you have to be careful for safety. We don't want to go too close to the client's head because we don't want to burn them, and we don't want to burn these ears on the side too. So we have to be really careful. So we can actually pull the hair up. We're going to slowly place the straightener in close to the scalp, but not too close. You don't want to burn them. Straighten it a little bit. Then we're going to twist it again in that clockwise direction. One full rotation. And then we're going to slowly pull it down. Okay, so nice and curly, and then we're going to make the curl stay a bit better by giving it, twisting it, and letting it set like that. And then we're going to do this one right at the front. Same process. In the roots, and slowly pull down straight. You don't want the curl to start too high for the client, so we're going to twist it a bit lower because you want it to be nice and soft around the face. And then we're going to pull it down slowly, but not as slow as the others because we don't want it to be too curly around the face. And finger. All right, that's that side done. We're doing our last section here. We're doing the left side of the face. We're repeating exactly what we did on the right side. Okay. And remember guys, when we're using the straightener, we're going to do the last curl here, that when you're touching the straightener, make sure that you touch it with just these bits of the plates. Do not touch the plates. They're very hot and they can burn your fingers. Okay, so as well as being careful, you don't want to burn the client's ears or their scalp. You don't want to burn your fingers or your hands. Okay, so we're going to do our last curl here. This is the finishing off of the face framing. The client here has beautiful face framing foils, so it's going to accentuate those curls for her. So we're going to stick the straightener in. We're going to smooth a little bit straight for her. It's nice to smooth around the face. We're going to start the curl a little bit lower, so you don't want it to look too curly around the face. We're going to do our rotation of our clockwise direction, anti-clockwise. Then we're going to slowly pull it down, but we don't want it to be too tight here, so it can be a bit looser. All right, and we're going to get our finger in the final bit of curling for it to set. Okay, so that's all the curls finished. Okay, to finish the look, it's not finished when we've done this. It looks like it is, but it's not. So we're going to spray a little bit of hairspray. You don't want to be too close to it, so spray it in like a Z shape. This will help to keep the curls. And then we're slowly going to rake the hair out. This is what gives us those beautiful beach waves, which is what we said we're going to show everyone how to do. So we're going to slowly get underneath the hair, rake underneath it. We're using our fingers like a brush and like a rake. So remember, she wants nice soft curls. Just be careful, you don't want to hurt your client. It'll be too rough, so slowly, gently, hands in from the top and from the bottom. Nice raking it through.